Welcome to the Convenient Solution. In this channel we provide IGNOU assignment solution which are also helpful in your exam preparation. If my videos are helpful to you, please like and subscribe to my channel. Question: explain the organizational structure and working of the WTO. Answer: Organizational structure of WTO. 1. Ministerial Conference. The highest decision-making body of the WTO is the Ministerial Conference. All WTO members, countries and customs unions meet every 2 years. The Ministerial Conference can take decisions on all matters under any of the multilateral trade agreements. Some known ministerial conferences have been the inaugural Ministerial Conference in Singapore. There was disagreement on agricultural subsidies between developed and developing countries which came to be known as Singapore issues. 2. A General Council. Next to the Ministerial Conference is the General Council, which is the real executive of the WTO. It meets several times a year to carry out the functions of the WTO at its headquarters in Geneva. The General Council reports to the Ministerial Conference. The General Council has several subsidiary bodies. These organs in turn appoint and oversee works of various committees. Important organs working under the General Council are: 1. The Council for Trade in Goods has a number of specific committees working under its supervision in areas such as textile, manufactures, etc. 2. Council for Trade-related aspects of intellectual property rights keeps all the information related to intellectual property and the records of the TRIPS Council. 3. Council for Trade in Services is responsible for overseeing the functioning of the General Agreement on Trade in Services, GATS. 4. Trade Negotiations Committee, headed by the Director General of WTO, deals with ongoing trade negotiations. 6. The Service Council has a large number of mechanisms and committees that deal with matters like financial services, regional trade agreements, domestic rules and regulations, etc. 3. Dispute Settlement. Settlement of trade-related disputes is necessary for the stability of any global economic order. Such a mechanism is central to the working of all multilateral trading systems. Since its founding in 1947, GATT itself has framed many rules for resolving trade disputes. The Marrakesh Agreement of 1994 had the annexure titled Understanding on Rules and Procedures Governing the Settlement of Disputes, DSU. Thus, WTO arrives at decisions through consensus, and this has been the practice thus far. Although its rules do not rule out voting too. The WTO defines and describes itself as a rules-based, member-driven organization. All decisions are made by the member governments, and the rules are the outcome of negotiations among members. Working of the WTO. The World Trade Organization, WTO, came into being on 1 January 1995 under the Marrakesh Agreement, signed by 124 countries on 15 April 1994. It is an intergovernmental organization whose aim is reduction of tariffs and other barriers to trade among nations. With its formation, WTO replaced the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, GATT, which, since its inception in 1948, had worked to regulate international trade between nations. The WTO has 164 members and 23 observer governments. In addition to states, European Union is a member too. WTO members do not have to be independent states only. Customs unions with freedom to conduct their external trade relations can also apply for membership. International trade takes place in goods, services and intellectual property. WTO regulates all three. WTO provides a framework for negotiating trade agreements among countries. There is also provision for resolution of trade-related disputes by judges who work independent of governmental control. The idea is that member countries adhere to the trade agreements and let international trade remain free of discrimination. WTO prohibits discrimination in trade except when member countries do so for reasons of environmental protection, national security or some other weighty reason. Thanks for watching.